But you're fine. That was simple. That was going up as it was. So
Well, the thing is I was pissed off because my phone was ringing off the hook with work and shit that day, just annoying me. And I'm like, I'm putting my phone upstairs and it's staying there. And then it died and I didn't know it. And I went to get my phone, whenever it was, and I opened it and I had 17 text messages. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I'm not texting you like that. I'm not your crazy ex-girlfriend.
Well, I'm in 3 different group chats. I'm in a group chat with Gary and Jake, and then I'm in a group chat with you guys, and I'm in a group chat with my college friends. And between those 3,
You're a popular guy.
I turned the phone on, and it buzzed for like a minute. If I felt like, Jesus Christ.
So welcome back to the Fresh Crack Friday. We are live right now.
Come on.
Got to, man.
All right. Here we are. I'm Keith. This is Ben.
And this is what we're doing. So we got a fresh crack today of the Elijah Craig C922 batch. And we're going to put it up against other different or weird bottles, whatever you want to call it. Weird shapes, different shapes, not your standard bottles you see on the shelf every day.
Weird Bottle Thursday.
Weird Bottle Thursday.
Here we come.
On Fresh Crack Friday. So, and for those of you guys tuning in, don't forget that we do the 100 Proof Whitetails podcast every Wednesday live. This past one, which will be several weeks from now, when this episode comes out, we were actually out on the lake trout fishing, and we caught a laker live.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. Jesse caught him. Me and Nate didn't. We got skunked. But it was choppy. It was sketchy. And it finally calmed down at the end of the day, and Jesse put a real nice laker in the boat, like 25, 26 inches.
What lake?
Cayuga.
Nice.
That's awesome. Cayuga last night.
So. Very cool.
Yep, very cool. So that's what we got going on with that, and working on building a outdoor bar for the summertime and everything like that on the back patio.
It's going to be awesome.
So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good, and we'll be able to do everything with that. So we'll get you guys back to full screen so you can see what we got going on here.
So I feel like I haven't been in the bar because
we shot a few episodes the last few weeks.
Yeah, we shot a few. But this is going to be a fun one because I've had Ben got me a bottle of Elijah Craig, so I've had that.
But the small batch.
The small batch, and I really enjoyed it. But I've never had Willet. I've never had Woodford. I've heard really good things about both. I was telling Ben that. I don't know anything about pretty much any of them other than Elijah Craig I really enjoyed. Has about maybe a sip left. I was telling Ben.
It'll be gone by the time you guys see this video.
Yeah, it definitely will be. It'll be on to the next bottle. But I've had a cold like the last week, and when I took an 800 milligram ibuprofen and it wouldn't touch my head cold, I had to go with the Craig, and it did the trick. So if you got a cold, just get some Craig.
That's your modern medicine from 1800s. Grab a bottle of whiskey, and there goes your head cold.
So the Woodford's open, the Willet's open, the Craig is going to be the fresh crack for today.
Correct.
And I'm going to let you crack it because last time mine was just pitiful.
That's fine. So, again, these are going to be 3 completely different flavor profiles. They're different proofs. A little bit of different stuff going on with this. This is their pot still. A lot of people don't like this bottle. I do enjoy it. I mean, I've drank it down. You can see it down through the neck. This one's actually very weird to pour if you've never poured one.
I could see myself spilling that everywhere.
They're kind of funny to pour. So I don't mind it. It's, again, not something I'm going to reach for every day, but it's one that's kind of cool, and when people ask about it, I have to pour
them. So are all Willett's weird bottles like that, or just this specific one?
Okay. Just the pot still bottle. Gotcha. And you can then there's a jumbo pot still, a handle pot still. Yeah. So, and I've seen cool things like lamps and other stuff made with those.
Made out of those, okay. So tell me a little bit about Willet, because I know nothing for people that are watching.
So Willet, they're just in Bardstown, Kentucky. They're a pretty well-known distillery. They're really known for their purple tops, which is a super sought-after bottle. I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
So, other Willet brands that I can think of would be like Noah's Mill or Rowan's Creek. Those both come out of the Willet distillery there.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a couple of those, and both of those aren't open yet. Those are ones that are going to be on future Fresh Cracks, maybe next week. I don't know. Maybe
Time will tell.
That. Yeah, because we've been wanting to do the Redwood. Maybe we'll do the Redwood.
Yeah, the Redwood. I'm looking forward to that one.
So,
sure.
But yeah, so that's a little bit about the Willet. I don't mind it at all.
Yep.
I think it's a nice pour. Actually, that was one of the first Fresh Cracks I did back when I was doing them by myself.
Oh, nice.
So
very cool. So what about the Woodford? Because I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about that one. The only thing I can say is every time I go to a nice restaurant, there's always Woodford Reserve on the bar. The last restaurant I went to, I was down at the Deluxe in Geneva, and that was the first bottle I noticed. It was Woodford.
Yep.
Always wanted to try it. I've never had an opportunity, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, so I have a Woodford in storage. The last time I finished one, I just haven't opened one because I have, quite a selection here. So some of the bottles I have in storage, I haven't cracked another one. This is my favorite offering from Woodford.
Okay.
That is readily available. This is the double oaked. So what they do is they put this back into another oak container, like a double barrel kind of thing.
Yep.
So you get like some nice deep, like chocolate kind of. I get like a s'mores taste with this, like a s'mores. Marshmallow, chocolatey, kind of graham crackery kind of nice thing with that because of that double barrel. I get a little bit of that, similar to maybe like a toasted barrel finish that a lot of these bottlings might do.
Okay, cool.
So again, different profiles completely, and then we jacked up the proof and brought out the Elijah Craig, and that one's coming in the 120s.
Yeah.
So we got like 93-ish?
93, 94, yeah.
94, sorry, on the pot still. The double oaked, I think, is a 90.4.
So that's definitely lower.
Yep, so both these are lower, and then obviously this one's higher. This is the C922 batch for everybody that's wanting to know, and it comes in at a proof of 124.8. And that's what it comes out the barrel at, and that's what it gets bottled at.
Nice.
For the batch, so.
Good stuff.
Yep, and then Elijah Craig, a lot of people say that's the father of bourbon, so to speak.
Okay.
Baptist minister that supposedly charred barrels and, with the, cognac kind of craze back in the day, with like, putting stuff in those toasted barrels or whatever.
Okay.
Put whiskey in that to age it or to transport it. However the story goes, it got lost in time.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say Elijah Craig's the father of bourbon, so I guess that's kind of the
down
and dirty.
How old is Elijah Craig brand? What does it say? 1789. That's pretty awesome.
But it's owned by Heaven Hill.
Okay.
So, Evan Williams, Heaven Hill product.
Yep. Gotcha.
A lot of this bottom shelf is
Yep.
Heaven Hill. I'm a big Heaven Hill fan. You can't miss. There's nothing that really comes out bad.
Right. I don't think a bottle that you've let me try from Heaven Hill that I didn't enjoy.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Even like the bottom of the barrel Evan Williams, I loved. It was.
Oh, the bottle and bond, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought just something about it I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's a really nice bottle. And then we did the 1783.
Yeah, I think so.
Small batch.
Yep.
Evan Williams single barrel.
Yep, those were all really good.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed all those. So I'm looking forward to this one. We're gonna do them blind, like we have been.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get pouring, get tasting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crack the Craig.
Cool.
And that is glass C for everybody that's wanting to know at home. Take your C glass.
That's my C glass right there.
You can pour the Woodford if you want. If you don't want to dump the Willet.
Yeah, I will definitely dump that Willet. I'm looking at that thing and I get nervous.
So.
Oh, look, we got a real cork.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Craig's is they are real corks.
Nice.
So, quiet on the set. This one's going to be good. Quiet on the set for the cork pop.
Nice. What do you
Solid.
think? 6.5, 7?
It's not really that wet, though. This
No,
one's been in storage for a bit. So, this is from 22.
Okay.
So, obviously, it's last year's bourbon. I think this was the first barrel proof Craig I got. I have an A batch and a B batch, but different years and different batches or whatever.
Okay.
So
Woodford's going to be A.
Pour up a couple half ounces here. And we like drinking these and tasting these and shooting a couple of these, so we just do half ounces. And sometimes, unfortunately, it leaves us wanting more.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if you don't really get enough to go back and forth.
And that's one thing that I usually do. And we're shooting this at the end of May right now. Usually the first of the month, I'll go through in a day and I'll tip my bottles. And what that does is let some of that cork get rehydrated so it doesn't dry out and crack. That's my A.
Yep.
Okay. So then the B glass is our Willet pot still.
What's this? There's my... Oh, no. That's your A.
Yep, sorry. Keep these straight. There's your C.
Cool.
And we'll be mixing these up. You guys will see what we can do.
Doesn't really matter.
But we forget anyway after we mix them, so it doesn't much matter.
As soon as I pour them, I forget, to be honest.
Yep. So nobody says there's cross-contamination here. Got to keep everybody
I didn't do
at
that with
home
mine,
happy.
sorry.
But you don't have to. You're just pouring one.
Okay, perfect.
But if you're pouring different ones, that
Yeah,
way
sure.
we'll wipe it out for it.
All right, is he gonna spill it? You're way better at that than me.
I practiced. I poured a few out of that. When it was up in the neck, man, it was definitely different.
More difficult.
Yeah. And actually, dude, I'm looking at these. The color is not that much different.
You're coming from a color deficient kid. I can see shades pretty good, and these are all really similar.
And the two with the proofs I would get, with the proofs being the same, but even though that's a double oaked product, I would assume it's going to be a little darker.
Yeah,
Catch a little bit more age, and
really
they just
doesn't
don't.
to me. No,
I mean, maybe the Willet if you could put them all, but
yeah,
I would say that the Craig and the we're
What's
not
Craig
looking
C?
at color. We're not looking at color when we're doing it. We're just going on smell and taste.
color really doesn't matter to me because I'm partially colorblind, so color doesn't mean much if it looks nice to me. But I can say though, if it is really light, that makes me like, okay, why is that lighter or why is that darker?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that kind of makes me wonder because I'm new with this. Of what is that going to do to the flavor profile? What is that going to do to the how does the age incorporated in the color? Things like that just makes me wonder. So
absolutely
cool.
So Keith's got his own tasting journal now.
I do. It's pretty neat.
So
whiskey tasting journal
available on Amazon. We'll put a link in the description.
It's pretty nice. Thanks, Ben.
So and I just got my little leather bound book. So we're gonna taste these and then you can fill in the name after you find out what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'll turn first. You swap.
Sure.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Done. You just lifting them up and putting them back down.
I did. I picked it up and put it down. Go ahead, flip them around. I'm just grabbing the podium.
Okay, we're good. So that's just kind of a simple way we've been doing it. We used to go in the other room and come back, but it works just the same. It's quicker, a little bit easier.
Yep. Keeps you guys, with the content rather than just, oh, wow, Ben walked away. 5 minutes later, Keith's done mixing them up. You done yet? Nope, not done yet. And then we have our original Great Whiskey Challenge glasses that we use, and we do that for our winner, second, third.
Yep.
And our scoring system is 5-3-0.
Which works really well. We don't typically have a lot of ties.
It's just pretty hard to tie.
It is hard to tie.
Unless it comes first or second for both of us or something like that, which they're both really good bottles, and then we just move 2 on.
That's worth it. So, and we've had that happen once.
Yep.
So, I mean, out of how many times we've done this one tie, I'm okay with that.
Yep. And that basically guarantees essentially that with a last place for any one of us, it gets booted.
It's not moving on.
So
yeah, it's fair. It's definitely fair. Simple and fair.
Which is funny because usually when one of us ranks it first, the other one ranks it last.
Yeah, that's happened
usually
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that happens quite often for us. Usually the middle of our usually the ones that move on is the one that scores usually second for us.
Yep.
Kind of lines up and that gives you a good average for, what you think. So
cool. I'm just gonna go left or right for me.
Left or right. That's what I'm going in.
That's easy for me to remember.
So I'm going glass A. Well, number 1. I don't know if it's A.
Yeah, you definitely don't know if it's A. You might not even know if I actually switched them.
They could be right in the same order. I don't know.
Oh, this one, my first one here. Like I said, don't know what it is, but it smells amazing. It smells really good. And like I said, I've had a cold, so my sniffer's not 100%. So it's going to be a little challenging because I've had a stuffy nose for 4 days. But But this one, I'm not getting a lot of that like punch in the face ethanol. I'm getting some sweetness.
I'm getting like a sweet pear kind of smell with that one.
I'm almost getting like that green apple you talk about.
Yeah, that's a common one a lot of people pick up. That green fruit. You might be calling that pear.
Fresh fruit.
I might be calling it pear today. You might be calling it apple.
But fresh fruit.
Yeah, but not an artificial one necessarily.
No.
It just smells nice all around. That's a nice smelling glass.
I'm ready for a sip. What do you think?
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Definitely some bite with this one. Not anything crazy. Really smooth. It tastes really, really not super complex, but bold. bold flavor.
But depth.
Yeah,
not
depth,
complex, but depth with it.
Yeah, exactly. Depth
Mhm.
of flavor, not crazy like changing flavor as it's kind of going through the palate, but yeah, I'm enjoying that one, whatever one it may be. So on
I
this
don't know.
one,
Maybe we got the same one for the first one. It's
am I
tough
supposed
say.
to be putting this in this page or an open notes page?
Whatever way you want to do it. So what I've done with these tasting
just
journals
not do a
before
name.
is just not do the name
Yep.
or the producer or anything like that.
Sure.
Just like write down like
Yeah.
what you're tasting on the flavor.
Yeah,
or on
okay,
the smell. You know, the color wheel. I don't really mess around with the color wheel too much in those
Yep.
tasting books. I mean, I got this one. This is one of my OG ones. This is way back in the day.
Yeah.
33 grams of whiskey. Started this on November 30th, 2015.
But there is one here. So on the flavor wheel on this tasting book, there is one for fresh fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going to put that in there on the fresh fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Balance. It's really, to me, that taste was really balanced. Another one here is like body, finish, peaty or smoky, sharp, acidic. So this is kind of cool if you've never seen one of these. And honestly, this is the first time I've really looked at one of these. So it kind of will help, if like somebody like me, a beginner, it's going to help me describe that flavor a little bit more of what, kind of ways to describe it to myself or anyone watching, so.
Right.
Not really spicy on that one. I'm going to put that low. It's not like a turkey spice. A little bit of sweet.
No rye with it?
No, not any molasses there. Not really woody, not acidic, but balance. If I could explain that one in one word, it would be balance. Depth and balance on that one.
Yep, nice depth. I guess, if we got the same one maybe, but I'd say it's got a nice depth of flavor, but not a complexity to the depth. It holds on, pretty good through there, but not a bad pour.
So I'm going to my second glass here, and this one is not sweet at all to me.
Oh,
this one is more.
What is that smell?
More peaty. The smell. Like when I smell a peaty scotch, I'm getting that. More like peaty, or I get a little bit of like ethanol smell, I guess.
Dude, this smells like something very specific in my memory bank. And I can almost taste it as I'm smelling it, but I can't tell you what it was.
I'm going to be really interested with this one because I don't like peaty scotches at all. They're like my least favorite liquor other than tequila. So this one's going to be interesting to see if the taste goes with the smell. But I'm getting like a little hint of fruit, but more just weird.
That's what it is.
Peaty. What's that? You find it?
Yep.
It's not Circus Peanuts, is it?
No, it's not Circus Peanuts. Chocolate cherry, baby.
Chocolate cherry.
Like a chocolate covered cherry, like a cherry cordial.
All right, you smell that. Smell that one and let me know if that's the same thing you smell.
No.
No? Okay.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, definitely
Slightly.
Maybe. All right, I'm tasting it. I'm getting no proof bite on this one. It's smoky.
You get a smoky taste?
Yeah, a little bit of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a little bit of barrel. Little like that first initial taste.
Oh, that chocolate cherry is right there for me, though, dude.
Was smoky.
That chocolate cherry holds right to flavor. Easy. That's chocolate cherry all the way. And so that's the other thing that I got thinking about with the way we do these and the order we do these in.
Okay.
Is different whiskey you drink before that is going to influence the whiskey you're drinking after that.
Yeah.
So we might be getting different flavors than we would normally get with some of these based on what we drank before it.
Right.
We might not be getting similarities.
Honestly, I didn't drink some water before that last one, so I did get it.
Dude, that held chocolate covered cherry all the way from the nose straight to the end.
Now I'm getting some sweetness on mine on like the back end, like that up front. As soon as it was on my lips, I got a little bit of that smokiness, a little barrel. Then as it sat there, a little bit of sweet. It doesn't taste anything like it smells, which is weird to me. I don't get any of that like weird peaty funkiness that I don't really like.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like whatever that is, that second one, I really enjoy that.
You liked it?
Yeah, that's really good.
See, I almost would like call this a dessert pour for me. The way this chocolate covered cherry one is.
Yeah.
This isn't something I'm going to sit down and just pour. This is something I might have after dinner.
Sure.
Nightcapper, something like that. Easy going.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even have to put a rock in it.
Right.
Right spot on.
Sure.
Obviously, I'm thinking that's probably not the Craig because of the lack of proof.
Yeah, I didn't have much proof at all on that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was, probably one of the other 90 proofers.
Right.
And that's where we talked about with this too. Different ones are going to stand out, and that's because we're also trying to learn as we taste.
Especially me.
To start picking apart, okay, I can tell the proof's off, but what's the flavor like to go in between them and stuff like that too.
Yep.
To help us kind of better, get better at, tasting whiskey and trying them out.
It's kind of like deciphering what's what. And it's challenging, especially for somebody that's new at it. Then what's challenging for me is like the correct way to describe it, to differentiate those. And honestly, this book helps.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to do these tastings, I think one of these books would be helpful.
Yeah, and we'll put a link right in the description.
That's really, honestly, just looking at this quick, it's helpful already. So it's worth spending money on that.
Yeah, I think it was only like $12.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shoot, you can't even buy a freaking journal at Walmart anymore for $12.
You can't buy much for $12 anymore.
You can buy a bottle of Quality House bourbon
right.
for $12.
So you only have
and
$12.
It is, if you only have $12, Quality House is not a bad $12 bottle of whiskey. Third glass.
Man, this one smells really weird to me. It doesn't smell like any other bourbon I've tried. I'm almost getting like a synthetic sweet smell. As weird as that may sound.
Okay. See, I can't even remember what I mixed up for you and what's what.
I don't either, so it's fine.
So I couldn't tell you if I'm like, oh, that's what he's smelling. But I couldn't tell you.
No, I don't even pay attention anymore.
I'm thinking like fresh cut grass, dude, with this one.
Fresh cut grass. Now that makes me want to see if this one smells like that.
It would be something if we put them in the same order.
No, I don't know. This one smells like nothing I've smelled in a bourbon before. I'm having a very hard time putting a description.
Yeah, but there's something else there with the grass, and I'm not talking like grass that got stuck under your mower deck, like fresh grass. I'm talking like an actual like fresh cut lawn.
Yeah. This is all that almost,
but not like a fresh cut hay. Like I'm talking like green growing grass smell.
That almost smells like
with a hint of grape.
That almost smells like alfalfa to me, like a cow alfalfa.
Okay.
Just a little weird, like a little organic. If I could describe that, like organic smelling, like funky, but it doesn't.
Little haylage.
Yeah, like cow haylage. Yeah.
See,
but we're when it's cut, not like sit in the silo because that smells really sweet. No. Yeah, I don't know. That smell is really different to me.
And like I said, I'm getting like a hint of like maybe a grape kind of undertone with it too.
Wow. Woody. I'm getting straight up woody on that. Not a lot of proof. Not a lot of depth.
That's right.
I'm not digging that one.
So I almost got like an artificial, like medicinal grape with that.
Yeah. Taste. I'm getting like
that carried over. I don't get much of that sweet kind of cut grass, maybe clover blossom smell.
Yeah.
But man, I get medicinal grape, and I will probably put this one.
Okay, so here's one in here that's herbal, or as it's properly pronounced, herbal. I would describe that as herbal taste to me. That's a really good way to put it. Like that. If you're
it smells like vegetation.
It does. Like vegetation. And like when I was a kid, one way you could tell if hay was ready to cut or not is you'd actually like bite on it, right? To see if what the moisture was, but you could really tell. And that definitely has that grassy herbal taste to me, and I don't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm putting. I don't even need to go back and forth with it. I did finish it, but I'm putting my last glass in third. I will say that it's a very easy drinker, very easy going. It's just that medicinal grape just hits me with bad childhood memories of being sick and having like those grape chewable medicine things.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it third.
Yep.
The other two I think are very, very unique for their own different reasons. And I'm gonna have to go back and forth between them. And again, like we talk about, this is what we're also feeling this day. You might want a harder kick some days than others. You might want something easy going and desserty other days. So we'll see how it goes here. But
man, my last glass all the way to the right here, third place, no questions asked. Whatever that is, I'm not really digging it. Going back and tasting my first glass, I'm getting a little bit more proof on that bite, a little bit more tingle on the lips compared to the other ones. But it has a lot of that depth of flavor. So I went back, that first one, the depth of flavor, and not complex. So that's kind of cool way of doing this. I always like the complexity, but you also have to appreciate the depth of that flavor too. Mm-hmm. It's not like changing, but that depth of flavor is right there.
How deep it goes.
Yeah, and just
the long finish with it.
It just stays, just sticks around,
and it might be the proof holding it.
Right,
it's possible. Yeah.
Now, that second glass is super smooth. Not a lot of proof bite at all. That I'm used to. That sweetness, like you said, I think something like that sweet, it kind of would be dependent. If I'm not going to pour that on Friday night to enjoy. Mm-hmm. Friday night, like I'm feeling right now, even though it's Thursday for us recording this. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to leave them the way they are.
It's funny because I left mine exactly the way they are, so I'll be curious if we literally ranked them the same. I just ordered them the way I drank them.
Yeah, it's exactly what I did.
The proof. The only reason that my second glass didn't go higher is I think because of the proof in it.
The low proof or high proof?
The low proof didn't carry.
Okay.
The lower proof didn't carry enough depth with it.
I got you.
It was good, flavorful. Like I said, a really nice dessert whiskey.
Yep.
After dinner.
Sure.
Yep. Maybe you have a little pour of that and have a little bit of ice cream maybe with it or something like that.
So I want to know what it is.
Okay. I'm going to go third place first.
Yep.
Just so you can see what I got. And I think it's my third place is Willet. Second place I'm thinking is the Double Barrel.
Okay.
And then just because of the proof that really stood it out, I think my first glass was the Craig.
Okay.
So my third place is letter B. That was the Willet.
Okay.
Again, like I said, very easy drinker.
Yeah.
But it's got a grapey,
it's a little different,
kind of off flavor with it though. But it doesn't drink hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also coming off the tails of drinking one of the
exactly.
higher proof stuff.
Yep.
So my second place, I figured this was the Woodford Double Oaked, Glass A. That's the Woodford, right?
It is.
Yep. So Woodford goes second for me. And just the proof on the Craig carried it.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite barrel proof, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But the proof carried it against these three.
Right.
That's that depth of it, and that's just where it carries out for me. So
Craig wins for you.
Craig goes 5. Nice 3-pointer for the Woodford Double Oaked, represented well. And unfortunately, a lot of guys don't like it, and I'm not saying it's my favorite. You can tell I haven't drank it all. Yeah. But that goes third for me, so 0 points.
All right, third place for me. B
glass. That would be the Willet. Sorry, Willet. You get skunked.
That, and honestly, my Willet is going to go in the whatchamacallit bottle.
It's going in the...
What is that called?
The Infinity.
Yeah, it's going in the Infinity bottle.
Infinity leftover, which we usually don't have much left in those.
All right.
It's okay. It's just... It's got something different with it.
I just don't enjoy it. honestly.
You could
Thank
drink
you,
it,
but,
but yeah. Thank you, but no
second
thank you.
place is A.
A-glass. So that would be your Woodford.
Woodford. And first place is the Craig. So for the first time ever,
we ranked them exactly the same.
We ranked them exactly the same, and we
ordered them exactly
the same. And this is the first time ever that we ordered them the same, we ranked them the same, and we both guessed the same. Because my personal guess was Craig, Woodford, Willett.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty unique episode here.
Yeah,
especially for me, being
it's
able to. It's the book. Being able to guess them.
Yep.
Ordering them the same, and then ranking them the same. So, man, I really like that, Craig, that barrel proof.
Yep.
And I'm not one to enjoy that high proof, but you're right. That proof does carry that depth. It moves. It just moves it continuously with that flavor.
And I would say it doesn't. It doesn't hit as hard as you would think 124 is going to hit.
No, so like that rare breed bottle you got me was 116.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly do drink that with a couple ice cubes with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Craig, I don't think I would put ice in. Because I like the flavor without, I don't mind that bite there.
I wouldn't mind to try it.
Oh, I definitely try it for sure. But I enjoy that quite a bit.
I would say, and now we talk about the whole wrap up with it with price. The Craig comes in with a full 10 points, which we've never had a 10-pointer.
No, never.
On the Fresh Craig videos. Usually we're different on some opinion or how we're feeling that day. The Craig, you can usually find those between, $65 and $75. Depending on the store. Ones you might see on the shelf that are an older batch. They might have been marked up a little bit or just don't get a lot of traffic in them. But it is still a 12-year-old bourbon. With these single barrel barrel proof releases, not single barrels, barrel proof releases. This one I paid $75 for.
Right.
Just happened to be.
So I think it's fair. I mean,
I think it's a nice bottle. I think it's a great gift bottle if you have somebody that would be liking a bourbon for a gift. I think it'd be a nice one to give them. Even a regular Craig is still a nice gift.
I would love that bottle. We were just talking about I go up north and ride snowmobiles when it's cold and nasty out.
Yep.
I would love that bottle.
A little barrel proof.
In the winter, when you come in, you're freaking cold.
Yep.
You want something to hit you a little bit harder. Like, to me, that would be a perfect Christmas gift. That barrel, right?
Yeah.
That
and again, the 58 degrees that we got today, we're feeling a little cooler for late May.
Oh yeah,
than normal.
That's
so
cool.
Maybe that's why we're tracking to a higher
36
proof.
degrees this morning.
It was chilly. It wasn't quite frost ready, but it was chilly here in New York this morning.
So for me, the Woodford, for the first time trying Woodford, I really like that bottle.
So that's the double oaked.
Yeah,
the standard
like
Woodford is the Distiller Select.
Mm-hmm.
That one's good too, but I prefer the double oaked.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's still a situational bottle. Like we busted that out. We drank it down a little bit for Christmas.
Yep.
When the family was over and stuff like that. Hannah's brother Jay likes Woodford. We tried that one. He really liked it.
Nice.
And that's when we cracked that one open. So, I would think for, $60, it's still a good bottle. Really nice bottle for the holidays, cooler weather, dessert stuff, that kind of thing. The Willett one, I'll just put it this way. It's a novelty piece. Yeah. It's not one I'm going to go rebuy. I'm not going to go track down another pot still.
If I didn't try that again,
it'd be fine.
I'd be okay with it.
Yep.
It was just not my cup of tea. If you do like that grapey, little bit of funky, that's right up your alley. Like I could see somebody that enjoys wine.
Possibly. Yeah, that's fair.
Perhaps enjoying that one. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm kind of learning that I'm going to go towards the smoky, the barrel.
A little bit of age, different stuff. Yeah.
I didn't like the high proof stuff starting this, but now I'm finding that I do like the higher proof stuff, which is funny because, like, if you ask me, like, I'm not really a high proof guy, but hey, all the high proof that we've done on here and the high proof ones that you let me taste, I like them. So take it for what you will.
It's that extra flavor and depth, dude.
Yeah.
That once you can get over that, and you tell somebody that isn't used to drinking, stuff straight up, or maybe not even used to drinking something on the rocks.
Yep.
you tell them, you're like, hey, let me pour you this 115, 120 proof bottle. They're just like, whoa, dude, I shot Bacardi 151 in college. I'm never doing that again. No, it's not. It's not like that.
No, it isn't.
You're just sipping them. You're enjoying them, and you're picking up some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think especially almost overshooting for your warm-up.
Mm-hmm.
And our warm-up tonight, we didn't say it. Our warm-up, we always have a warm-up before we shoot, is E.H. Taylor small batch.
Yeah, and it was great.
100 proof.
First time.
100 proof.
First, it was bottled and bond, right?
Yep.
And that
E.H. Taylor is the father of bottled and bond.
And first time I've had that, Ben let me try that today, and it was fantastic. If you find another bottle, it may end up going home with me.
Dude, I try. I'm hoping. I'm hoping because I enjoy it too, and I don't like to get into them too much because they're harder to find here in New York. We don't get a lot of allocations for them, or we just see them jacked up, dude.
Yeah, crazy prices. So go to K&M, watch their
when
Facebook.
They got them, and be a regular customer. Don't be the guy that just calls on the phone and be like, "Hey, I saw you dropped a post that you had all these nice bottles."
Yep.
No.
So
stop in the store if you need another Craig, small batch, or your daily drinker, or something, or you're doing a little shopping for the family.
Yeah.
Go to K&M. Talk to the folks there.
Yeah. So I live, almost 40 minutes from K&M.
It's your store.
And I was just talking to Ben. I'm working Canandaigua. I've been to a couple
other stores
in Canandaigua, and I was just going around and not like thrilled with their prices and their selection. And I text Ben and I said, I'm going to drive to K&M.
Mm-hmm.
I like the people there. I like the experience there. The prices are really good, even though I'm disappointed in my Russell single barrel that's behind Ben that I got. That's the worst Russell's.
It might open up, dude. It might.
It might. But so, no matter where you're coming from, support these small shops like K&M, and it means
and you never know.
You
might find a gem in one of these small shops
sitting
somewhere.
You definitely could, and you don't have to be somebody that spends thousands of dollars there a year to support those small shops. But places like K&M, they mean to the world to us. Ben's gotten so many cool bottles from there.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to be doing, I believe, this is the episode that drops.
Yeah.
Either the day that we're doing it or the week before we're doing it. I'd have to check the calendar. Sorry. That we're doing the event at K&M. That is going to be
June 16th.
June 16th. We're live at the shop, dude. We've had distilleries reaching out to us that are going to stop by, master distillers that are stopping by from local distilleries. Very cool. Check it out. We're going to be live at the shop for that episode this week or next week, whatever way this falls on the calendar.
June 16th. What time?
June 16th. We're going to be there all afternoon.
We're taking the day off work, guys.
So we got we won't spoil it all for you. That way you guys tune in or stop by. They're gonna have some great,
come in, say hi.
Gonna have some great Father's Day sales, Father's Day bundles for sale for whiskey, or if they're into rum or tequilas or whatever your folks are into.
Stop
on in, or if you're just into bourbon, stop on in. We might throw you on the podcast, throw you to the coals,
you never
know. To the wolves, whatever you want to call it. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode.
Thanks, guys.
And we really appreciate all the support. Check out K&M and everybody else. And check out our 100 Proof Whitetails podcast we do every Wednesday.
Live.
Yep. You might even be on a boat fishing.
That's really
One
cool.
of these days we might do it live from the tree stand and answer questions once it gets into season. So
I think we should.
But yeah. Anyway. So thank you all for the support. Really appreciate it. If you didn't already, hit the subscribe button so you get all of our updates. Like it, share it, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Really appreciate it. We just give you straight up honest reviews. And the Craig's going to move on. We've been jumping around a little bit, different fights and stuff like that.
But it's fun.
That way we don't have a bottle that just like, oh man, they liked Elijah Craig, seed 922 again for the fourth straight week.
That's boring.
We're jumping around, so we'll get tied back into different ones. Maybe we'll do like a little winner's flight, something like that. But yeah, let us know if there's something you guys want to see featured in an upcoming episode, because
absolutely,
it might be behind us, or it might be something you guys want to suggest to your favorite drinker, and we'll feature it on an episode. So
cool. Till next time.
See you guys down here at the bar.